Right, and welcome one and all to what is the last of the regular monthly Rhyl Folk Club Zooms. It may well not be the last Rhyl Folk Club Zoom. There's a good chance we'll have one on the 30th of December. And also, if the community centre gets a refurb, which we are promised, it will undoubtedly be shut while Balfour Beatty refurbish it.
Sorry, the monthly thing isn't going to happen anymore?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
No, so so we don't plan to be here next month. Yes, I will. I've just had a bit of chat come up from Paul. I will make you co-host if I can find out how to. But in the meantime, this was the first song that was ever sung on a Rhyl Folk Club Zoom about what? It's over 2 years ago now. In the good old days, I think there used to be about 6 of us turn up for that. It's Richard Digen's song. The man that built the bridges, the man that built canals, the man that made the hammer, the man who made the nails, the man that built the sailing ships, the man that mined the mines, the man that built the factory, and I built the railway lines. And the man that built the Spitfire, the man that built the mill, I built it by the river, where I also built the wheel. And I built the tall cathedral, then with stones and tar, I built the road and highways, then I built the car. I'm a craftsman, I'm a draftsman, construction engineer. I'm the jack of all trades who created all that's here. A technician, electrician, man of industry. I'm the jack of all trades, what you see is down to me. I'm the man that wrote the manuals, the man that made the plans, the man that built the dry stone walls with my own bare hands. I'm the man that built the castles, I built them just for fun. Look at castles and you'll see I never finished one. I built derision and division, I'm the man that had you beat. I'm the man that gave you hatred, the man who built deceit. I'm the man that screwed this place up, the man who blew the lid. I'm the man that built forgiveness, and I'm really proud I did. I'm a craftsman, I'm a draftsman, construction engineer. I'm the jack of all trades who created all that's here. A technician, electrician, a man of industry. I'm the jack of all trades, what you see is down to me. I'm a draftsman, a construction engineer. I'm the jack of all trades who created all that's here. A technician, electrician, a man of industry. I'm the jack of all trades, what you see is down to me. Right, there we are.
Lovely, John.
I've never heard that one before.
Right, While my wife gets on her feet, I will click 3 dots menu on my window.
Yeah, there you go.
And make Paul co-host.
Ooh, that's scary, isn't it?
I can withdraw this at any time, Paul. I may be tempted. Right, fiddle tune from Leslie.
Okay.
Right, well.
Lovely, Leslie.
Oh, great. Thanks.
And a beautiful Kirsty at the end.
Yeah, well done. That was lovely.
All right, don't overdo it. I've got to live with her. Right, I will slide Ian and Gloria up while we listen to Brian and the lovely Susan, who it is a joy to see tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. Checks in the post.
Don't
this
take
is
checks.
This is a Kate Rusby song called As the Lights Go Out. First time performance.
Come, all of you who carry doubt, stand by me as the lights go out. Stand by me as the stars they'll shine. Tonight the stars are yours and mine. Tonight the stars are yours and mine. Take out your grief, take out your fears. We'll tie them up with threads of tears. We'll we'll send them out into the night. Sometimes it's hard to let them go when they've been so heavy and it's all you've known. But we stand together and the night is kind. I know them well and the stars don't mind. I know them well, the stars don't mind. I know them well, the stars don't mind. So with lighter heart and lighter tread, we can face the dawn with a smile instead. You can take them down when they next
Just stop.
appear.
Sorry, it's our first.
Sorry, I had the capo on the wrong place and it's thrown us out all the time. So we'll abandon that. sorry.
Okay, no problem.
It
So
sounded
first time we've
absolutely
been-
fine.
Do something that you've played before, Brian, and get your arse into
I know,
gear.
it-
Come on.
What
It's
was
not
it?
rocket science. You just slide the thing up and down.
I'm up in the
Stop
dusty
me
end.
enjoying it. Sounded great.
It was in the dusty end, I'm afraid. Right. I'm in the right capo position for this song.
You can tell we're a bit rusty, folks.
Yeah.
It's
think it's
probably
7 weeks of rust.
Well, 7 weeks of not playing in front of anyone. So
Brian was born rusty.
This is a Seth Lakeman song called King and Country. At least I hope it will be.
all right.
Holding hills in the silver lane, a weeping maid, an evening in the rain. Roses ramble and the trees hang low. We sit and drink from all good friends we know. 'Tis I, my love, who left in June. 24 days, no more. Now mark that spot from whence I came. It's for king and country, I'll come back again. First season passed without news. Just 2 weeks gone, but still no more in June. Leaves they weep for the loss of their spring. The dimming days serve no better king. 'Tis I, my love, who fought for you. 24 weeks, no more. Now mark that spot from whence I came. It's the king and country, I'll come back again. a few small drops of rain, and she followed them till the tears ran down again. I'll do as much as any young man may. Just don't sit and mourn, I'll come back rich and brave. 'Tis I, my love, who fell for you. 24 months, no more. Now mark that spot from whence I came. It's the king and country, I'll come back again. I'll come back to you on the longest day. I'll come back to you when I'm rich and brave. I'll come back to you. Out of the door with your hands upon your head. The weeping maid, her love was lost to death. Longest day had only just begun. She cursed the man who favored for the girls. 'Tis I, my love, who fell for you. Da, da, da. For 24 years, no more. Now mark that spot from whence we came. It's the king and country, I'll come back again. I'll come back to you on the longest day. I'll come back to you when I'm rich and brave. I'll come back to you on the longest day. Da, 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 da. I'll come back to you.
Lovely.
Thank you. Thank you.
There we go. You see what you can do when you get the capo in the right place.
Yeah. I had the capo in the right position for me. Unfortunately, it was Susan's song.
Selfish or what?
Yeah.
Me,
It's terrible.
me.
See what I have to put up with.
Yeah. Yeah, there was still too much reverb on your guitar.
Yeah.
But it's still coming now. It's going do 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 do.
I turned it up for you, John.
Right. We will have a change to the original order if we can, because Mike, are you there?
Yeah, we're here at the moment, but I think perhaps it's best if we hang on for a while and see if our internet stays stable. It dropped out about 3 or 4 times in a row.
Okay. Right, we'll do. I thought about sticking you on next, but if you think it will get better, we'll leave it with you.
There's always a chance.
Yeah. Right. In which case we are in Llandudno for Gaffer.
Isn't that wonderful? On this historic occasion, I will sing what I may have sung at the first Zoom I attended. I suspect that it wasn't the first, because that was about the time I was compiling my Jeff Durno's Greatest Hits album, which fell on hard times because I'm still waiting for him to have one. But I did start with a Jeff Durno song, and I'm not sure whether this was later than that or earlier than that. So we shall see. So this may or may not be a historic occasion on this historic occasion. Feel free to join in the chorus with which it begins. 11 malevolent elephants are stood standing on me lawn. 11 malevolent elephants, and I don't half wish they was gone. I cope I know if 4 would go, and there were only 7. After 11 malevolent elephants, 7's malevolent elephant heaven. There you go, it's as easy as that. 11 malevolent elephants stood standing on me drive. It's a fair old guess, in an hour or less, the media start to arrive. A film crew from the world came to televise the sport. As 11 malevolent elephants and some fellas from Ellesmere Port. 11 malevolent elephants might turn out to have been a bad dream. But to my surprise, when I opens me eyes, what should I espy but 18? My 11 malevolent elephants have been joined by some others in blue. That's 11 malevolent elephants, and there's 7 from Everton too. 11 malevolent elephants are stood standing on me lawn. 11 malevolent elephants, and I don't half wish they was gone. I hope I know if 4 would go, and there was only 7. After 11 malevolent elephants, 7's malevolent elephant heaven. 5 fellows from the fiddle club who finished fiddle classes. 4 some reason chose to draw their bows and belt them round their asses. After 11 malevolent elephants now, I find I'm faced with this. 11 malevolent elephants and 5 violent violinists. Now 11 malevolent elephants hardly make for convenient pets. So I telephoned Port de Norwich to ask them to send us some vets. When they arrive, their strange disguise sends shivers down their tails. 5 vets from Vellinhelly in violet velvety veils. 11 malevolent elephants are stood standing on my lawn. 11 malevolent elephants, and I don't half wish they were gone. I hope I know if 4 would go, and there were only 7. After 11 malevolent elephants, 7's malevolent elephant heaven. When 11 malevolent elephants start to dance and stamp their feet, you get telephoned by neighbours who complain that they can't sleep. So I called an elephant trainer, gave the neighbours chance to doze, while 11 malevolent elephants trot on 220 tiptoes. 11 malevolent elephants are stood standing on me lawn. 11 malevolent elephants, and I don't half wish they was gone. I hope I know if 4 would go, and there was only 7. After 11 malevolent elephants, 7's malevolent elephant heaven. With 11 malevolent elephants, things soon go from bad to worse. All 11 malevolent elephants then decided to reverse. They traipsed right through their pile of poo, and now I have the treat of 11 malevolent elephants featuring 44 feculent feet. Oh, 11 malevolent elephants, you resort to malevolent tricks. And I found a peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked, so I ground 'em up to make 'em sneeze, but solve my problem isn't. They sneezed so hard, they blew in my yard 45 fully flight-feathered pheasants. 11 malevolent elephants are stood standing on my lawn with 45 fully flight-feathered pheasants. 11 malevolent elephants, and I don't half wish they were gone, taking all 45 fully flight-feathered pheasants with them when they go. I cope I know if 4 would go, there were only 7. After 11 malevolent elephants, 7's malevolent elephant heaven. Whoa. Yeah, spot that ending coming. Oh.
We didn't spot the ending coming there.
How we wish we'd been at the first one.
Right, for those who've joined us a bit later, you will notice that the little squat Welshman with a lot of beer is not here tonight. He's on a ferry on his way over to France, leaning over the side, and you know what you do on boats, isn't it? So normally we do these sort of good cop, bad cop thing, where I am always cheerful and pleasant, and Alan is always sort of the one miserable, nasty one. So you've just got Mr. Cheerful tonight. Right, there we go. Anyway, Brian on Sandown Beach.
Okay, I had a message from Linda O'Connor saying she can't make tonight as she's on holiday and she's going to a wedding tomorrow as well. So I thought I'd share screen a duet I sang with Linda about 18 months ago at the Isolation Row Zoom session on the Isle of Wight. So I'm going to share screen this one. It doesn't run anymore, the Isolation Row, because they're now all out singing live, but there we go.
Here's a wishing well, here's a penny for any thought it is that makes you smile. Every diamond dream, everything that brings love and happiness to your life.
You will always have a lucky star
that shines because of what you are,
even in the deepest dark,
because your aim is true.
And if I could only have one wish,
darling, then it would be this:
love and happiness for you. Here's a rabbit's foot, take it when you go, so you'll always know you're safe from harm. Wear your ruby shoes when you're far away, so you'll always stay home in your heart. You will always have a lucky star
that shines because of what you are,
even in the deepest dark,
because your aim is true.
And if I could only have one wish,
darling, then it would be this:
love and happiness for you.
Here's a spinning wheel, use it once you've learned. There's a way to turn the straw to gold. Here's a rosary, count on every bead, with a prayer to keep the hope you hold.
You will always have a lucky star
that shines because of what you are,
even in the deepest dark.
because your aim is true.
And if I could only have one wish,
Darling, then it would be this.
love and happiness for you. Here's a rabbit's foot, take it when you go, so you'll always know you're safe from harm. Wear your ruby shoes when you're far away, so you'll always stay home in your heart. You will always have a lucky star
that shines because of what you are,
even in the deepest dark.
because your aim is true.
And if I could only have one wish,
darling, then it would be this.
Love and happiness for you. And if I could only have one wish,
darling, then it would be this.
Love and happiness for you. I forgot to tell you.
Yeah, well, when you see Linda, tell her that we always appreciated her turning up, and I hope she enjoy. I hope now somebody's going to make an honest woman of her tomorrow. That she'll be very happy.
Anyway, that song was written by Emmylou Harris and Kimmy Rhodes, and sung by Mark Knopfler and Emmylou Harris, and called "Love and Happiness," as you probably gathered from the words.
Yeah. Why weren't you playing the Stratocaster like Knopfler?
Yeah, I did ask him if he could come and play the guitar for us, but my £5 offer wasn't sort of enough for him to come, I'm afraid.
Well, thanks a lot, Brian. And we're down south still with Terry. And we did enjoy Terry's gig when he came up here in, what was it, May? Yeah,
I think it was. Yes.
Yeah.
About then.
Yeah. When's this new CD going to come out?
Well, I've got some tracks down, so that's a start. But it's
well, so's British Rail, but they're not bringing a CD out.
Yeah. It'll take a while. I know. Anyway, yeah. That was lovely. Because Mark Knopfler started in the folk clubs, didn't he? That's how he got going before he formed his famous band. Right, here's a song. I don't remember faces. I don't recall the names. I forget about the places. They're forever and the same. But if you see her, say I miss her, and the songs she sang that day. Lonely waters, you took my breath away. It snowed all day up in Boston. It snowed all night. The weatherman said it's just a frosting, but it was 2 feet high. The stars came out, the breeze blew in on the Narragansett Bay. The sun went down over Salem Sound, and it took my breath away. went down beside the water, where the wild things go, and the moon rose high above the quarter. It shone like gold, and 7 swans arose as one, and they turned and came my way, flying low across the water. They took my breath away. They took my breath away, my dear, yes, they took my breath away, flying low across the water. Took my breath away. We went down to Angelino's and those all-night bars, where cabarets and old casinos singing whiskey in the jar. We raised a glass to lovers and friends that we lost along the way. I thought I saw her in the corner. It took my breath away. Another bar outside of Lincoln, in the wee small hours. At every table people drinking, they were singing like a barroom choir. And above it all, I heard her voice, it was in the month of May. And she was singing Lonely Water. They took my breath away. Took my breath away, my dear, yes, it took my breath away. She was singing Lonely Water. It took my breath away.
Oh my. That was gorgeous.
Yeah, it was alright. Yeah, if you like that sort of thing.
I thought you were going to be the nice guy tonight, John.
That is him being nice.
That is him being the nice guy.
You should hear me when I'm nasty. Right, thanks a lot, Terry. And where are we now? Oh, we're with Wendy. We are across the... Oh, no, we're not across the water, are we? Down in London, aren't you?
I'm in... Well, yes, Kew Garden.
You're muted.
Good point. Yes, I'm in London, Kew Gardens. And I'm very sorry that this is the last one, because it was nice dropping into Wales every so often. And I'll miss it.
Well, it probably won't be completely the last one. Certainly, I'm pretty sure there'll be one at Christmas. So if you keep an eye on the website or Facebook page, whatever.
I don't use Facebook a whole lot.
Well, if
I'll remind you. You're on my.
But if somebody wanted to email me and say,
yeah, I'll remind you, Wendy, because you're on my mailing list, and I'll be coming to it. So.
Thank you.
Oh God.
Is this because people want to go back to just being live, or?
Yeah, basically. No, I mean, tonight there's me, Jeff Durno, and that's it from regular live session people.
What about me?
Well, it says Jeff. I mean, Jeff.
Well, you'd ignore him. It's me.
Well, you haven't got your bloody picture up, have you,
no,
woman?
because I'm in the bloody caravan and I'm saving the bloody data. Okay.
There you go, Terry. That's Mr. Nice Guy. Okay.
No, but this is the thing. This is the thing.
Right. Okay. three of us then.
I've only just got back here because I've stood outside this room that is down in Rhyl called Rhyl Folk Club, waiting for people to arrive, not realising that you lot were doing this tonight.
The thing
I wasn't the only one, so I stood outside talking to people who all gone home now.
Who else was there, Jeff?
Well, there was a lady with glasses. I don't know what her name is, but she was quite charming.
Oh, Eveline. Did she have a French accent?
Slightly, yeah.
Yeah, well, she's next. She's in the box next to you.
No, that's not. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
Oh right, yes, it is. Yeah, that's right.
Don't argue with her, Jeff. Are you singing tonight, Jeff?
Well, I can do because I've just got set up now because I've just come all the way back here.
Right, great.
Why is it we're dropping all this lot off anyway? I don't understand this.
Because they don't like us people coming from far away to sing with them.
Because people keep turning up at the folk club expecting there to be a live session.
What's wrong with that? But why is it set in stone?
Why don't you set up a Zoom? Why don't you just set up a Zoom?
I was just going to say, why don't we set up Zoom from the club?
Yes. Exactly.
Because no bugger would, on a wet Tuesday, a wet Friday in January, no bugger would turn up. They'd all sit at home and say, oh no, I'm going to sit in front of my fire. No.
No, for the people.
Wendy, just sing, Wendy.
No, for the people who show up at the pub, you have the Zoom. You have a Zoom thing ready, but I mean.
It's the internet, isn't it? I don't know whether you have the
every group is going through this. Do you want to keep the remote people who you've made friends with now, or you know?
Why are we going to do it on a Friday night? That's what I don't understand.
Well, you know John Shepherd's view on keeping friends with people.
John Warburton runs a Zoom night on a different night, not the Friday night.
Okay, on a Monday, like for instance, Brian and Sue wouldn't be there. Tuesday, Warby's live. Wednesday, Warby's got his Zoom. Thursday, it's Hungry Horse and loads of stuff going on. And that's it. And we're not doing weekends. So
if
a lot of you, just shut up. And Wendy, you get singing.
She was born in 1830 in that sweet county Cork and crossed the foaming billows till she landed in New York. Mother Jones, the miner's angel, must be treated with respect. She's an old-fashioned lady, and you never would suspect that this gown and this bonnet would fill a rich man full of dread. The most dangerous woman in America, they said. I see her marching down the street, her umbrella in her hand. See her now at Ludlow, where the miners made a stand. And she says, John D., will you kindly tell to me, how could you let your troopers lay those 13 children down? And the horrors of West Virginia and Colorado too. Mother Jones and her miners, they never could subdue. And the men they fought and died in their tents and shanty towns. The women formed a wall of steel that nothing could batter down. Mother Jones, the miner's angel, must be treated with respect. She's an old-fashioned lady, and you never would suspect that this gown and this bonnet would fill a rich man full of dread. The most dangerous woman in America, they said. Of the MILF children took place in 1903 from Philadelphia to New York in And she says, I'm going to show Wall Street the flesh and blood they squeeze to make their dough. When she died in 1930, oh, the sadness was profound. We laid her to rest in a Union burial ground, and she lies in Mount Olive, where the midnight wind it moans. Stand up for the Union's cries, the spirit of Mother Jones. Mother Jones, the miner's angel, must be treated with respect. She's an old-fashioned lady, and you never would suspect that this gown and this bonnet would fill a rich man full of dread. The most dangerous woman in America, they said. And your rich men and your police and your pulpit and your press, they got away with murder then, they'll get away with it yet. And we'll form a mighty union and we won't be overthrown. We never will forget the spirit of Mother Jones. Mother Jones, the miner's angel, must be treated with respect. She's an old-fashioned lady, and you never would suspect that this gown and this bonnet would fill a rich man full of dread. The most dangerous woman in America, they said. Andy Irvin.
How
lovely!
And it's contrary to popular opinion, it's nice to hear a banjo.
Well played, that is. Yes, yes.
Right, yeah, that was...
is it an anniversary of Mother Jo? I saw something on my Facebook feed within the last week about her.
I'm not sure, but it's amazing. You know, it was real surprise to most people to learn she was Irish.
Right, well, oh God, we're done with Paul.
Him again, yeah.
Yes, if we must, Paul.
Okay. I used to be a singer in a barbershop quintet, but now I am a ringer in a band. Since Heidi stole my heart away, a loss I don't regret. I've been 10 years with a bell in either hand. I stand there in me uniform, just waiting for me note. And every Heidi rings, a lump comes to me throat. Heidi plays Heidi and E and me, well, I just rings bottom B and C. I remember it was Friday, the first time I heard the bells, and there was lovely Heidi ringing true. I knew she'd never look at me unless I rang as well, so I joined the band. What else was I to do? I wanted to get closer than the upper F and G. To ring in Heidi's octave would be paradise for me. Heidi plays Heidi and E and me, well, I just rings bottom B and C. I tried to get promotion when old Middle C retired after hours in A&E with RSI. But they said I had the gravitas the lower notes required. I was wrung out, but at least I didn't pipe me eye. So I'll just stay down this end and imagine Heidi's charms, the day she lets her clappers rest and melts into me arms. Heidi plays Heidi and E and me, well, I just rings bottom B and C. I used to be a singer in a barbershop quintet, but now I am a ringer in a band. Since Heidi stole my heart away, a loss I don't regret. I've been 10 years with a bell in either hand. I stand there in me uniform, just waiting for me note, and every Heidi, Heidi rings, a lump comes to me throat. Heidi plays Heidi and E and me, well, I just rings bottom B and C. One for the bell ringers.
Campanologists.
Quite Brian Hooper, whose songs I've sung quite a lot on here.
It was a bit too technical for this lot, I think, Paul. I think just, whew, you know. Right, but you're coming up to see us live in September, are you?
That's the plan, yeah, and perhaps bringing some other people too, so yeah.
All right, okay. Mixed feelings about that, but we'll see.
You want to warn us about the dates there, Paul?
Alun has already taken note, and he's away on the 23rd, which is the...
That will be the date if it were. Right.
Right, we are moving across the road from Mike and Helen. I think the reason that their internet was a bit shabby tonight was that Irene and Dave have been watching porn.
I think so, yeah. Now, if the sound isn't right, just tell me, and I'll just put your hand up and I'll stop, okay?
No, it's okay. Okay.
All right, okay, here we go. The back of the winter is broken, and light lingers long by the door, and the seeds of the summer have spoken in gowans that bloom on the shore. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. In darkness we cradled our sorrow and stoked all our fires with fear. Now these bones that lie empty and hollow are ready for gladness to cheer. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. So long may you sing of the salmon and the snow-scented sounds of your home, while the north wind delivers its sermon of ice and salt water and stone. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home.
Lovely, Irene.
A little bit low. I was nearly doing a Johnny Cash then.
Where is that from? I've never heard it before.
It's by a singer called Corinne Powett, Scottish singer.
You'll have to spell it for her because I don't think she will.
I think, Mike, do you know how to spell that name? Is it P-O-W-A-R-T, Corinne?
P-O-L-W-A-R-T.
P-O-L. Yeah, there you go. Or Paul will give you it. There you go.
I don't think she'd have got it from your foreign accent.
I wasn't far off, actually. That was a really nice song.
Thank you.
And well sung. Yes.
Thank you.
Is Dave okay at the back there? He looks as though he's leaning over, throwing up.
He's not throwing up. He's listening to everybody and enjoying himself.
He's testing cushions to destruction.
I used to be hidden behind the green screen.
He used to be hidden, he said, behind the green screen, and now he's all in full form.
Nice to see you both.
Nice to see you both, anyway.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Masquerading as Jeff. Come on, Izzy.
I'm masquerading as nobody. It's just me. Okay,
Where's
I'm going to do one
Galaxy?
of Mum's poems. Hey,
Where's Galaxy? Where's Galaxy?
he's on the floor. Do you want to see him?
No.
Oh, okay. I won't get him up then. I'll leave him there. Okay, one of Mum's poems. It's called All Singing, All Dancing. You brought me here to this faceless place as my life evolves at a much slower pace. You'll like it here. It's cozy. It's warm. Oh, 3 meals a day and you've got an alarm. So I live in a box with magnolia walls. Old men in
Can I
stalls.
stop you, Izzy? You're
Yes.
you're breaking up a bit. If you turn your video off.
Yes.
Not
You
being
won't have to look
nasty.
at me.
For once in
Yes,
my
you
life,
are,
not
you
being
miserable
nasty.
bugger.
We might,
John, can you turn your microphone off?
God, there you go. Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that better now? You don't have to look at
Yeah,
me.
that's the sound is infinitely better.
That helped loads, I know, yeah.
Yeah. Carry on.
Shall I start again or shall I just carry on from where it
No,
was?
start from the beginning.
Right. All Singing, All Dancing by Rona Friend. You brought me here to this faceless place as my life evolves at a much slower pace. You'll like it here. It's cozy and warm. 3 meals a day. Oh, you've got an alarm. So I sit in a box with magnolia walls. Old men in slippers and ladies in shawls. They sit there in rows, blank looks on each face. Their minds are now dim as they stare into space. I sit in an all singing, all dancing chair, and now it's my turn to just sit and stare. Yet my memory's not clouded. I was just in your way as you tried to fit everything into your busy day. There's swimming on Sunday, then there's brownies and cubs, and they both want to go to their after school clubs. You work all day and Sid works so late. Sometimes you just seem to pass at the gate. No time to visit, to love or to care. I miss my grandchildren, but you don't seem aware. You've sent this same letter 1,000 times, and it always contains the same hasty lines. You'll enjoy the company, it will be good for you, and you can play bingo like you always do. But back in my all singing, all dancing chair, I feel like a prisoner wedged in there. It's covered in plush red velvet. It quivers, it quakes. You pull on the lever to lie down or sit up when awake. It sits you down gently. It helps you to stand. There's no need to ask for a helping hand. The hands on the slow moving clock on the wall seem to draw out each day at a very slow crawl. Then soon after tea time, it's off to my bed. They tuck me up tightly and some stroke my head. I'm left in the dark with a tiny nightlight and told, don't get up now, have a good night. The bed, like the chair, is a wonderful thing. There's a water-filled mattress, not even a spring. Again, there's a lever. Sit up or lie down. You can raise it up high or go down to the ground. The all singing, all dancing chair and the bed are part of the package that you have been led to believe is the best that money can buy. It eases your mind. I'm well cared for, well fed. Yet one night soon, I'll just slip away. No reason on this earth for me to stay. I'll watch from above in your moment of strife. Do you feel guilt as you think of my life? You sob and you cry, you blame and you hate, and I watch it all through the pearly gate. Then on the day that you lay me to rest, you put on a show, must be one of your best. An all singing, all dancing mahogany box with 4 shining brass handles, a plaque and a cross. The flowers that cover the whole of the lid say, love from your daughter and son-in-law Sid. Do you think all this show makes everything right? Does it ease your guilt when you think of my plight? Just remember that one day you'll be old too. And I wonder what your offspring will do with you. They'll tell you they love you as they put you in care. And you'll hear those same lines. You'll like it in there. All Singing, All Dancing by Rona Friend. And no, she's
Thank you. Yeah, it was. It wasn't sort of perfect sound, but it was vastly improved without.
It was better with the picture off. I know.
Yeah.
I'll buy you some dark glasses.
Yeah, some of you may know that we've been up and down to Aberdeen a lot this summer, sorting Leslie's Uncle Alec out, who was 95. And anyway, he sort of passed away in July. So a few weeks ago we went up and we took him to Loch Mick. I don't know if you know where that is. It's at the foot of Loch Nagar. And we scattered him about there. But it's on the Balmoral estate, and we didn't actually tell Liz about it. So anyway, he's there now for all eternity. So
nice spot as well.
Yeah, a lovely spot, lovely view down the loch with the foothills of Loch Nagar going up and the glen opening up at the end. Yeah.
Her Majesty announced today that she was not going for the to the Braemar gathering. But there are on Tuesday a couple of tossers are going to go and see her.
Right. Speaking of a couple of tossers.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That was written for you.
Yeah. Thanks for the prompt there, Gaff. That was a gift on a plate there. And here's a couple of you who sort of made a career out of modelling the walk-in baths and stand stair lifts. It's Mike and Helen.
Good advertisement, thank you.
Yeah, get your Waitrose discounts from us anytime you like. Okay, well, it's lovely to be back. Well, at least I think it is. We're going to do a Carter family song. It's sort of called Blue Eyes or something like that. If I can remember how it starts. It's silly, isn't it? Would have been better for us both had we never, in this wide and wicked world, had never met. For the pleasure we both seen together, I am sure, love, I'll never forget. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, who is sailing far over the sea. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, and I wonder if he ever thinks of me. Oh, you told me once, dear, that you loved me. You said that we never would part, but a link in the chain has been broken, leaves me with a sad and aching heart. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, who is sailing far over the sea. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, and I wonder if he ever thinks of me. When the cold, cold grave shall enclose me, will you come, dear, and shed just one tear, and say to the strangers around you, a poor heart you have broken lies here. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, who is sailing far over the sea. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, and I wonder if he ever thinks of me. Would have been better for us both had we never, in this wide and wicked world, had never met. For the pleasure we both seen together, I am sure, love, I'll never forget. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, who is sailing far over the sea. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, and I wonder if he ever thinks of me. And I wonder if he ever thinks of me. Blue eyes.
You just think, you know, if you practiced a bit, Mike, you might get the hang of it.
Yeah, well, trouble is, with that one, there's twice as many strings. And that means an awful lot more can go wrong.
Twice the bum notes.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh,
what
no.
else you got then? What else you got?
Yeah, well, with the 12 string, you don't have bum notes because they all sound like bum notes. Okay. Well, it's hard times coming up, isn't it? I mean, we've got the utility prices going up. We've got no Rhyl Folk Club Zoom until the end of the year.
The worst.
But we're optimistic, and we always say...
No, the bugger is.
We're going to say hard times come again no more. Let us pause in life's pleasure and count its many tears, while we all sob sorrow with the poor. 'Tis a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. While we seek mirth and beauty, and music light and gay, there are frail forms fainting at the door. Though their voices are silent, their pleading looks will say, oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. toils her life away, with a worn heart whose better days are o'er. Though her voice would be merry, 'tis sighing all the day. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis a sigh that is wafted across the troubled wave. 'Tis a wail that is heard upon the shore. 'Tis a dirge that is murmured around the lowly grave. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Oh, hard times come again no more. Thank you.
Come on, you don't have hard times down in Surrey.
Oh, we do. I mean, sort of.
Even
smoked
Foster
salmon.
was living
Waitrose is sometimes closed.
Yeah. You're having to use Waitrose's everyday Tara Masalata, are you now?
Well, wasn't Stephen Foster from Kentucky?
Sorry, Wendy?
Wasn't Stephen Foster from Kentucky?
I believe so.
I was amazed when I discovered he'd written that song.
Yeah. That's what it says on my bit of paper, so I'm sure it's right.
Yeah. I bet he was dismayed when he knew that Mike and Helen had sung it yet, but
Yeah,
Well,
there we go.
Can't blame them all.
No, we actually haven't told him because he might want royalties.
Well, he wrote it in
You should be
1854,
grateful.
so.
You should
Yeah,
actually be
well.
grateful because that's practically the only song of his you can sing.
All right.
Do we know any others?
No.
Of his?
Swanee
Races?
River, wasn't it? And My Old
Countdown Races?
Kentucky Home.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, I didn't know that.
God, this is so informative, this
God.
program.
Nobody's seen the troubles I've seen.
Every day's a school day.
moving on.
Yes, good idea.
Move along, down the bus, nothing to see. Gloria. You'll have to unmute yourself. There you go again.
Yeah, right. Hello, everyone. Right, okay, then I'm going to do Wellerman, so we're a bit sea shanty-ish. There once was a ship that was put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Bully of Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down. Blow, my bullies, boy, blow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down below. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. For 40 days or even more, the line went slack, then tight once more. All boats were lost, there were only 4, but still that whale did go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the line's not cut and the whale's not gone. The wellerman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew and all. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. We'll take our leave and go.
Right, and thank you, Gloria. And moving next door, it's springtime with Dave. He's got his daffs out.
Yep, like hope, they spring eternal. Right. I thought I'd better find a goodbye song for the occasion. So, if the Zooms are shortly to disappear, though, as you've outlined before, maybe there'll be some other opportunities. So let's hope so. You must leave now, take what you need, you think will last. But whatever you wish to keep, you better grab it fast. Yonder stands your orphan with his gun, lying like a fire in the sun. Look out, the saints are coming through. It's all over now, baby blue. The highway is for gamblers, better use your sense. Take what you have gathered from coincidence. The empty-handed painter from your street, drawing crazy patterns on your sheet. The sky too is folding under you. It's all over now, baby blue. All your seasick sailors, they're all rowing home. All your reindeer armies, they're all going home. Your lover just walked out the door, has taken all his blankets from your floor. The carpet too is moving under you. It's all over now, baby blue. Leave your stepping stones behind you, something calls to you. The Get the dead you've left, they will not follow you. The vagabond who's rapping at your door, standing in the clothes you once wore. Strike another match, go start anew. It's all over now, baby blue. It's all over now, baby blue.
Yep. Thank you for that, Dave. Thank you very much. And yeah, you can always pop down and see us live and sing for us there. Ian. That was a yeah, I'm not going down there. Not wasting my time going down there.
Thanks very much, John. Okay, right. Well, this is a song I've not sung here at Rhyl, but I've sung elsewhere. I know Peter's heard me sing it. I think maybe Maureen has, but maybe the rest of you haven't. It's a well-known Tom Paxton song, and you can join in the chorus if you like. It's the last thing on my mind. It's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, made of sand. In the wink of an eye, my soul is turning. In your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. You've got reason aplenty for going. This I know, this I know. For the weeds have been steadily growing. Please don't go, please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. As I lie in my bed in the morning, without you, without you. Every song in my breast lies a mourning, without you, without you. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. Thank you.
Right, and thank you, Ian. And moving over to the coast of Canada now. You've been over here, I understand.
I was up in Newcastle going to all the folk clubs. Great time. And this was written long before my time, and I did grow up along Walker Shore. If I had another penny, I would have another Jill. I would make the piper play the bonny lass of Biker Hill. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lads forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lads forevermore. The pitman and the keelman trim, they drink bumble made from gin. Then to dance they did begin to the tune of the Elsie Marley. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lads forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lads forevermore. It's down the pits we'll go, me laddies, it's down the pits we'll go, me marras. We'll try our wills and use our skills to cut them ridges down below. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lads forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lads forevermore. The poor coal cutter gets 2 shillings, the deputy gets half a crown, the overman gets 5 and 6pence, that's for just riding up and down. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lads forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lads forevermore. When I first went down to the dirt, I had no cowl nor no pitch shirt. Now I've gotten 2 or 3 walker pits done well by me. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lads forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lads forevermore. Geordie Charlton, he had a pig, he hit it with a shovel and it danced a jig, all the way to Walker Shore to the tune of the Elsie Marley. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lads forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, call your lads forevermore.
Hey, well done. Lovely.
Yeah, there were a few verses there I'd never heard before.
Learned by my grandma on a Saturday night.
Yeah, it was lovely.
After she's had a wee dram, John.
Yeah, Helen was over here a few weeks ago, wasn't she? And why didn't she say that she was coming? Because I missed her. I'd had COVID, and I felt like shit, to be honest. And I thought, oh no, I'm not going out. So I stopped at home and then found out on the blog the day after that I'd missed her. So annoyed about that. So anyway, send Helen our love next time we see her.
Will do. I'll see her next week.
Lovely. Right, and now Peter the Poet. First time on Rhyl Folk Club. Unmute yourself, boy. We can't hear you. There you go. Yeah.
Break, break, break. Break, break, break. On thy cold, grey stones, or seal, or sea. And I would that my tongue could utter the thoughts that arise in me. Or well for the fisherman's boy, that he shouts with his sister at play. Or well for the sailor lad, that he sings in the boat on the bay. And the stately ships go on to their heaven under the hill, but all for the touch of a vanished hand and the sound of a voice that is still. Break, break at the foot of the crags or sea, but the tender grace of a day that is dead will never come back to me. Thank you.
Oh, very nice, Peter.
Lovely, Peter. Well done. Lovely to hear you.
Yeah, well done, that man. And going down to... Now, before we start with Jeff and then Mary Ann, I will give Brian and Sue warning, because although we've got the list up here, I'm not doing one till the end. So after Mary Ann, it's up to Durham. Okay? Then you don't come up, I wasn't ready. Yeah. Jeff.
Good evening, how are you all? Nice to see happy, smiling faces. Mike, you're happy and smiling. Never mind what John says to you. It's also very nice. She's gone now. Where's she gone? Mary Ann McAllister, where are you? Look at that, she's vanished. We've just suddenly become friends on Facebook, and I'm not quite sure how that happened, but she's gone away anyway, so oh well, never mind. Well, she's back now. Mary Ann? No, never mind, we'll sing a song. Okay, this, I don't know how this will come over on Zoom, but we'll give it a try. It's called Redshift Blues. She's back. Mary Ann McAllister, can you hear me? Yeah, I was just saying, it's nice to see you tonight because somehow we've just become friends on Facebook. I'm not sure how that happened, whether you invited me or I invited you, or it just happened. But anyway, it's nice to see you on tonight. I've also heard some wonderful songs that you've done as well. Redshift Blues. Train whistle fades, last train of the day, on the platform in the rain. You've got no one to blame in those red shift blues, red shift blues. How you gonna lose the red shift blues? Get the right chord. You know we've grown apart from the very start, and what drew us near has become a mystery here. For those red shift blues, red shift blues. How you gonna lose the red shift blues? Drifting away, the stars will surely fade. Drifting apart, all alone in the dark, with those red shift blues, red shift blues. How you gonna lose the red shift blues?
Oh, very nice. That was the only song ever written to feature the Doppler effect, isn't it?
Yes, I think so. I've never heard another one anyway.
What are you playing tonight? Is that your new Martin?
Well, as nobody else will know, I've had awful trouble with arthritis in that hand. That's the left hand.
Oh.
Looks like the right hand to me, but it is the right hand, left hand. And anyway, I'm not going to bore you with a long story, but basically I was told by somebody a method of trying to put it right, and it has to some extent come right. It's still very stiff and it's not very good. And I had a Loudon, which was very nice, beautiful guitar, but it's quite wasted underneath the neck, and it's wider. This is a Martin Treble 015, and it's quite narrow, and I can cope with that. So stay there, stay where you put. I sold the all right, go there then. So I sold the Loudon and bought the Martin Treble 15. But then, having done that, I then saw it OM 28. And I thought, actually, that's a rather nice guitar. So I've actually got the two. I've got the OM 28 and the Treble 15. So it's...
I think you should live in Surrey. You must have so much bloody money.
I haven't told Gene about
that. not now. He hasn't.
But the neck fits. The neck fits. I can do things on it now again, which I couldn't do. So I think there was
excellent, Jeff.
Lovely to hear it. Lovely to hear.
That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, it takes what it needs. Yeah. Right, Marianne.
Well, hello. I just got in, and so I thought I'd just be hearing a few last songs. So happy to be able to sing. Yeah, Jeff, I think we must have had a spontaneous friending. I'm not. It's all good.
Is known around here as a bit of a stalker. And be careful.
This is an Irving Berlin song. I figure since it's going to get so quiet here, this is the last virtual open mic for the Rhyl Club. I think we'll have to listen to sounds of nature, I guess. So this is Lullaby of the Leaves. Rustling of the leaves used to be my lullaby. In the sunny south, when I was a tot so high, and now that I have grown and find myself alone, cradle me where southern skies can watch me with a million eyes. Oh, sing me to sleep, lullaby of the leaves. Cover me with heaven's blue and let me dream a dream or two. Oh, sing me to sleep, lullaby of the leaves. I'm breezing along with the breeze. I'm hearing a song through the trees. Ooh, that pine melody caressing the shore, familiar to me, I've heard it before. Oh, that Southland. Don't I feel it in my soul? And don't I know I've reached my goal? Oh, sing me to sleep, lullaby of the
Lovely.
That's great.
Right, well, as you've been here multiple times, you do qualify for me being generally unpleasant here. But I find it a bit difficult, to be honest. So, right, let's move on to somebody I feel very free to be unpleasant with. Brian and Sue.
Thank you, John.
To be fair, you're only unpleasant with me
Well, there's time yet, though, Brian.
this time.
There's time.
Right, this is Sandy Denny's song, Who Knows Where the Time Goes.
Across the evening sky, all the birds are leaving, but how can they know it's time for them to go? Before the winter fire, I will still be dreaming. I have no thought of time, for who knows where the time goes? Who knows where the time goes?
the time. Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, tried to drown you out with the guitar a little bit there, Sue, but that was very nice.
I'm used to it, John. I'm used to it. So anyway, a quick change of guitar.
Why can't he keep it next to him? Why does he have to walk the length of the house?
It's for dramatic effect. Purely dramatic effect, John. to annoy you every time. And it works.
Yeah, very successful.
Right, this is actually was the first song we sang on Zoom 18 months ago, Real Zoom, 18 months ago. And I'm sure you remember what it was, John. I knew you wouldn't. Yeah,
No,
you might.
he's
yeah.
muted.
It's Caledonia, anyhow. Oh, hang on. I've got to switch the guitar on.
I didn't realise I was muted. You just got a gobful from me, but you didn't hear it.
I'll try and, when we replay it, I'll try and read your lips and see what you said.
Caledonia.
I don't know if you can see the changes that have come over me in these last few days. I've been afraid that I might drift away. I've been telling old stories, singing songs that make me think about where I came from. That's the reason why I seem so far away today. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. But if I should become a stranger, you know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Now I have moved and kept on moving, proved the points that I needed losing, lost the friends that I needed losing, found others on the way. Oh, and I have tried and kept on trying, stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. I have traveled hard with conscience flying, somewhere with the wind. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. But if I should become a stranger, you know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. sitting here before the fire, the empty room and the forest choir, flames that couldn't get any higher, they've withered now, they've gone. Now I'm steady thinking my way is clear, and I know what I will do tomorrow, when hands are shaking and kisses float, and I will disappear. Oh, let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. But if I should become a stranger, you know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had.
Thank you.
You've got Leslie sobbing in the background here now.
I thought you'd be used to it by now, this song.
And
Irene.
Yeah.
That's nothing to do with the singing, that's just living with you.
You know, since Uncle Alec died, Leslie's no real reason to go back up to Aberdeen now, except for just to reminisce and have a look round. Are you the same, Irene? Do you ever? I know you went to Dundee this year, but
I haven't actually. It was cancelled because of the train strike.
Oh.
And then that Monday I would have gone. I tested positive for COVID.
Oh, dear.
So it was just as well. I would have been in the hotel room, wouldn't I? I'm going to go out. I'm going to try in October and hope that there aren't any more strikes. So we'll just see. Because I've got my cousins and my friends. I think I said I was going up, didn't I?
Yeah.
Never mind.
We'll get there.
Right, you'll get there sometime. You'll get there. I did when we were driving through. We went down the main drag there to the traffic lights where you turn left up to Aberdeen, and I stopped a couple of people and said, "No, we know Irene," and they didn't seem to know you.
That's strange, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, funny people. Right, where are we? Oh, we're with Gaffer now.
I'm unsilenced. This was...
How long are you going to be, Gaffer? Because my bladder is sort of, like that. I need to nip out. I'll be okay, will I?
You can always get on the recording.
You'll be fine. I'll try not to make it too brief. How long does it take these days? I don't.
Oh, quite a while these
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I was just all this prostate testing. I was just grateful I never had to do what he did. I made myself a promise. I was never going to stick my fingers in any orifice which contained teeth, and I kept my vow unto myself. Yes. There are several approaches to translating a song, and many of the most beautiful Welsh songs, especially from the 17th and 18th centuries, were very clumsily translated. Some were translated word for word, which is really quite unfortunate because then they don't rhyme. And then some of them were translated into something with a bass clef in it, and every time the rain stopped, bright Phoebus appeared, and you could always tell one of those translations. So what I tried to do was to get the soul of the song, the feeling behind the song, without a word-for-word translation sung to the same tune. And this was a song about watching the white wheat, it's a strange thing to do, but this young fellow was supposed to marry the woman of his dreams, and he wasn't allowed to because he was lowly born and she wasn't. And so she got married to someone else, and he spent his days, instead of chasing another woman, he just sat and watched the white wheat. And what I've tried to do in the song is encapsulate that eternal conflict within the heart of a red-blooded Welshman between beautiful women and boundless supplies of carbohydrate. I think I've done it. I think I've done it. I own I am a callow youth, a raw and clumsy amateur, but I'd sooner have you than a plate of chips of average diameter. I do resist temptations all myself. I have denied them. I'd sooner have you than a plate of chips, unless greasy Lil had fried them. I've never known a girl like you, unspoiled and so pure. I'd sooner have you than a plate of chips, if they're as old as you are. It's futile, my resistance is, when faced with all love's powers. I'd sooner have you than a plate of chips, if you both been stood for hours. I'm certain there's no finer maid in Wales's bounteous country. I'd sooner have you than a plate of chips, unless I'm feeling hungry. My love for you has turned my head, so powerful romance is. I'd sooner have you than a plate of chips in certain circumstances. To dream of finer girls than you, our youth would be deluded. I'd sooner have you than a plate of chips, unless there's fish included. Well, my idea of boundless bliss is when with you I'm kissing. I'd sooner have you than a plate of chips with salt and vinegar missing. You might think me a fickle youth to hear the idle chatter. I'd sooner have you than a plate of chips, but two's a different matter. While every night I dream of you, a truly gorgeous creature, I'd sooner have you than a plate of chips, but I'd ditch you both for a pizza. You'll notice I dropped a little bit of Italian at the end just to show my translating skills. Did you notice that bit?
I often wondered what all those Welsh words really meant, and now I know.
Oh, absolutely. Spot on.
For Marianne's benefit, over here, chips are different to your chips. Your chips are what we call crisps, and chips are fries. And there was the RAF...
chips are also fried.
The RAF Red Arrows were over at Rhyl a week or so back, and there was a bit of a... They had to cut it short, I think, because a seagull flew into the canopy of one of the jets. But apparently it was the pilot's fault because he had a bag of chips on his dashboard. You know, what can you expect? Right, Brian.
Okay, this is a song I learned from a video uploaded to Facebook recently of a song sung by Tony Nicol with musical accompaniment by Keith and Rich at the Waverley Folk Club, which is hosted by Gloria at Carisbrooke in the Isle of Wight. And it's called It Was Early in the Morning. It was early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning, before the break of day. I'll tell my ma on our Mary Ann, walking down the street with a nice young man. Laced up boots and a feather in her cap, that's the way she gets her chap. It was early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning, before the break of day. Oh, hop, hop, hop to the butcher's shop, I'll dare not stay there longer. If I do, then my mother will think I am playing with the boys down yonder. It was early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning, before the break of day. I may just look and I may just stare, I made the barber cut her hair. He cut it long and he cut it short, then he cut mine with a knife and fork. It was early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning, before the break of day. Dan, Dan, the dustbin man, washed his face in the frying pan. He combed his hair with the donkey's tail and scratched his belly with his big toenail. It was early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning, before the break of day. Me and the wife and a family of 3 went to Sandown by the sea. The day just started as I listened to the band, and then we walked upon the sand. It was early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning, before the break of day. All together! It was early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning, before the break of day. Yes, it was early in the morning, before the break of day.
When I was a kid, the girls used to use a lot of the verses there as skipping songs. Yeah, just okay, fine. Really interesting that, John, weren't it? Yeah, yeah.
I couldn't
Fascinating,
find out who
John.
originally recorded that, but there we go.
Right, here's the man with his white earrings in. Terry.
Yes, there we go. Here we are. I'll do a quiet love song because I'm hoping Wendy will follow this up with a jolly banjo tune. And if the moon and stars were mine to hold, and I knew this to be true, I'd take the dark out of the night, and I'd shake out all the light, and I'd give it all to you. And if the world turned in my hand, my dear, sand was a diamond in my hand, I'd give you everything I own. And it's a mystery to me why you would ever be or still listening to me when I've nothing left to say. But if they gave me all the time I need, I'd bring it all back home. All the hours, all the years, I'd still be waiting here to give you everything I own. It's a mystery to me why you would ever be still in love with me, even after all these years. But if the moon and stars should fade and the hills return to stone, and if all I had was love, would that be enough? 'Cause it's everything I own. And if all I had was love, would that be enough? 'Cause it's everything I own.
Terry, that was lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Is that going to be on the new CD when it comes out?
I hope so. I hope so. I wrote it for my wife, and I said, I shall sing this to you tonight. And she said, actually, I'm going to go and watch the news now. So there you go.
Can you ask how Burnley went on? They were playing away at West Brom tonight.
Yeah, I think they probably won. They probably won about 8-0, I think.
No, that's Liverpool. You're mixing them up.
Actually, no, Burnley won't do very well because we've just stolen one of your players, I think, down at West Ham. That's what it is.
Right, well, I've lost my now, Wendy was obviously going to do something else because she changed her instruments.
Yes, I'm very sorry, Terry, but if you really want a banjo tune, email me and we'll set up a Zoom call. Or come and visit. This is one you might not have heard, because there's only 2 people who sing it that I know of. It's kind of a fractured fairy tale. As you walk through the door, there's a hush in the air, and everyone turns as you come down the stairs. Only the prince has the boldness to move as he walks up and holds out his hand. And you take it in yours as the band starts to play, and you're lost in his arms as you're waltzing away. Mother is livid with fire in her eyes. She wanted the prince to choose me. Your gown is so lovely, no wonder they stare, all white and bejeweled like a princess would wear. But it isn't the silks and it isn't the jewels, it's the light in your eyes and your smile. For it's there just the same when we see you at home, all covered in soot and your hair all uncombed. It only took courage and magic, soap and some magic to come to the ball. As you dance through the night with the prince in your arms, I sit by the wall and I envy your charms. I wonder if magic would do that for me, if magic is there for us all. There's a carriage outside with a footman and all. It belongs to the man who brought us to the ball. An old orange thing that he had in the barn, a favor he did on the side. Now the footman's a lizard when girls are around, and any smart woman can put him right down. The driver's a mouse who's afraid of his wife. He has to be home before 1. The jewels were your father's, he hid long ago in a box in the attic where mother won't go. Ever since she's had you doing all of the work, she never knows what goes on. The silks were there too on the back of a shelf. If a thing's too expensive, just do it yourself. The style is the latest we saw in a store. We sewed on it most of last night. As you walk through the night with the prince in your arms, I sit by the wall and I envy your charms. I wonder if magic would do that for me, if magic is there for us all. The hour's getting late, keep the plan in your mind. Be sure to leave one of your slippers behind. The furrier who made them, he has our address. That's why they're the one thing we bought. And thanks for undoing what mother had done. Now I know the 2 sisters are better than one. And I'll have my turn to be belle of the ball, now that I'll have a friend in the court. As you dance through the night with the prince in your arms, I sit by the wall and I envy your charms. I know we made magic together tonight, and that magic is there. Magic is there for us all. Bill Steele. You may notice that he left out the second sister, and he said he couldn't figure out what to do with her, and he noticed that the guy who wrote Wicked couldn't figure out what to do with her either. So fractured versions of Cinderella struggle with the second sister. She really deserves a song of her own.
Well, thank you, Wendy, and it's just so nice to have something that's not just a bloke with a guitar.
Oi.
Well, you've got a woman with a guitar.
What's that supposed to mean?
There was a woman with a guitar not long ago.
Yeah. Oh, even they're better than a bloke with a guitar.
Yeah, talking of which.
Yeah.
John's introductions are great, aren't they? Don't know about the music, but the introductions are great. Right, yeah, this is Cyril Tawney, who was born and worked not far down the road from us here in Gosport. Okay, this is Grey Funnel Line.
Don't mind the rain or the rolling sea, the weary
But the hardest time in a sailor's day is to watch the sun as she dies away. It's one more day on the grey funnel line. The finest ship that sails the sea is still a prison for the likes of me. But give me wings like Noah's dove, I'd fly up harbor to the girl I love. It's one more day on the grey funnel line. There was a time my heart was free, like a floating spar on the open sea. But now that spar is washed ashore, it comes to rest at my real love's door. It's one more day on the grey funnel line. Each time I gaze behind the screws, it makes me long for old Peter's shoes. I'd walk right down that silver lane and take my love in my arms again. It's one more day on the grey funnel line. Oh Lord, if dreams were only real, I'd have my hands on that wooden wheel, and with all my heart I'd turn around and tell the boys we're homeward bound. It's one more day on the grey funnel line. I'll pass the time like some machine until blue water turns to green. Then I'll dance on down that walk ashore and sail the grey funnel line no more, and sail the grey funnel line no more.
Oh, lovely, Paul. Lovely.
Thank you, Paul. I'll just mention that for September I have changed the sheets since Brian and Sue were here.
What, back to the visitors who used them before, you mean?
Right, yeah. Look forward to seeing you in September. Irene.
Okay, I'm going to do a band song. I walk in. Summer's a pleasant time, flowers o' every colour, the water runs o'er the hall, and I long for my true lover I walking, oh, walking, I am weary. Sleep I can get none, for thinking on my dearie. I walking, oh. When first she came to our tune, they called her Grace McFarland, but now she's gone awa. They call her all folks darling. I walking, oh, walking, I am weary. Sleep I can get none, for thinking on my dearie. I walking, oh. When I sleep I dream, when I wake I'm weary. Sleep I can get none, for thinking on my dearie. I walking, oh, walking, I am weary. Sleep I can get none, for thinking on my dearie. I walking, oh. Her father lose her wheel, her mother lose her better, and I love the lass myself, but woe I canna get her. I walking, oh, walking, I am weary. Sleep I can get none, for thinking on my dearie. I walking, oh.
It was lovely.
Oh, I like a bit of bones.
You like a bit of Rabbie Buns?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing like it. I don't have to translate, I don't think. It was fairly self-explanatory, wasn't it?
That was crystal clear, yeah, yeah. Right, well, thanks a lot, Irene. And yeah, there was Paddy and Mick were in a bar, and he was having a couple of drinks, and Paddy says to Mick, "Oh, you went to that faith healing gig last night. How was it?" Mick said, "Oh, it was absolute shite." He said, "Even the fellow in the wheelchair got up and walked out." Right, moving on. Is it?
That was crap.
Yeah. Well, let's hear you do any better.
Right, I'm going to do another of my mum's poems. This is called To Be Continued, and it's by Rona Friend. The old lady passes her magazines on. They've got some good stories. You'll like this one. It's all about how the other half lives. It's got a sad ending, but it tickled my ribs. He's something grand, rather big in the city, and he leaves this poor girl. Oh, it's such a pity. They never get as far as the church, but even so, she's left in the lurch. He left her the day he found her with child. But even then, he must have been blind. If he couldn't see she'd get her revenge, oh, I mustn't spoil how the story ends. Well, she's had her baby, not one or two, but to 4 girls gave she birth. Now, what will she do? It's been a struggle getting ready for one, but 3 more to feed, well, it's just not on. So she rings up the papers and gets on TV. The man contacts her. "What are you doing to me? It'll cost me my job. I'll fall from grace. You're doing this just to save your face." When the O's and the R's have all died down, the big noise finds himself on the ground. His friends have all shunned him. He's lost his job. His gold card's been taken, and he lacks the few bob to pick himself up where he thinks he belongs, back with the toffs and the beautiful blondes. But what of the girl and her brood of 4? Well, they're better off than ever before. A TV appearance and bits in the papers. They'll pay the heir to hear of his capers. You know how the Sundays are all full of gossip. Nothing he did could ever stop it. Well, it means that she and hers are set. They'll live in luxury with a man she met, who came to listen to her plight and fell in love at first sight. Now, with all that money, she need not worry when the big noise begs for a job from her hubby. He's got to stop right down at the bottom. The hand he's been dealt is really quite rotten. There's no doubt about it, he'll bounce back, but love and compassion is just what he'll lack. Now, she's got it all. She's quite a lady. Oh, I'd better go, love. There's my pal Sadie. That's to be continued by Rona Friend.
Your mum's a really talented woman. Pity she didn't sort of pass it down, really, isn't it?
Shut your face, you miserable git.
Right, back down south.
Yeah, down south. Well, we've got a love story, but it doesn't have a happy ending.
They seldom do, Mike.
Well, on the bank of the river stood Running Bear, young Indian brave. On the other side of the river stood his lovely Indian maid. Little White Dove was her name. Such a lovely sight to see. But the tribes fought with each other, so their love could never be. Oh, Running Bear, love little White Dove, with a love as big as the sky. Running Bear, love little White Dove, with a love that couldn't die. He couldn't swim the raging river, 'cause the river was too wide. He couldn't reach little White Dove, waiting on the other side. In the moonlight he could see her throwing kisses across the waves. Her little heart was beating faster, waiting there for her Indian brave. Row Running Bear, love little White Dove, with a love big as the sky. Oh, Running Bear, love little White Dove, with a love that couldn't die. Running Bear dove in the water, little White Dove did the same, and they swam out to each other. Through the swirling stream they came, as their hands touched and their lips met. The raging river pulled them down. Now they'll always be together in their happy hunting ground. Running Bear, love little White Dove, with a love big as the sky. Running Bear, love little White Dove, with a love that couldn't die. riding there, a little white dove with a love big as the sky. Riding there, a little white dove with a love that couldn't die.
I'm sure that Paul Clark could tell me who had a hit with that in the early 60s.
Oh.
Actually, I can't, because I can only remember there was a spoof, possibly by Stan Freberg, which had this. The idea of running bare was that he jumped out of the bath in a hurry and was running naked down the sidewalk.
Was it Big Bopper, John?
No, it was Johnny somebody.
Johnny
Was it?
Preston.
Oh.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Ian knows. I think Ian knows.
Yeah, Johnny Preston. I used to do a line dance.
Johnny
for
Preston,
him,
that was
running
him.
there, funny enough. Many
Yeah.
years ago.
Okay.
Sue says, thank you very much for the card. It was absolutely beautiful. I will treasure it forever.
Look.
You're not muted, is it?
Yeah,
Right.
fair dues. It was an absolute belter of a card. It was.
Sorry, I was telling Jeff.
Yeah, you can't tell him much, can you? Is he? No, it was
Not really, no.
fair
He's
dues.
asleep most of the time.
It made Susan cry, and there's
It
only
really
one
did,
other thing that makes
honestly.
John
Well,
cry, and that's John's singing, isn't it?
Well, that's fair enough. It truly wasn't made to make you cry, Sue, but it was made with all my love. It really, really was.
Thank you, Izzy. Honestly, it means
You're more than welcome, sweetheart. And it's lovely to see you looking so perky.
Oh, I thank you.
And I hope you're feeling really, really well.
Oh, gradually getting there. Thanks, Izzy. But thank
Good,
you for all
good.
the kind messages and that everybody sent. It was so appreciated, really and truly. Thank you.
And nobody else on the ward had a card that was signed by both John Shepherd and Jez Lowe.
That's right.
There we go.
Absolutely correct. I was over the moon.
Weren't they lucky?
Right, Mike, what have you got for your second one?
Yeah, well, we're staying on the other side of the pond, and we're going to sing what I believe was written in 1910 and became the state song of Kansas. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. The red man was pressed from this part of the West. It's not likely he'll ever return to the banks of Red River, where seldom, if ever, his flickering campfires still burn. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. at night. When the heavens are bright, I see the light of those flickering stars. Have I laid there amazed, and asked as I gazed if their glory exceeds that of love? Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. All together. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Thank you very much, Rhyl. Thank you for everything, all the fun we've had, and we'll still have eventually, I'm sure.
Now, if you'd sung that live at Rhyl, there'd have been masses of people doing horse sounds and stuff like that.
You know, I've heard the chorus of that song so many times, and I had never heard the verses before.
Oh, okay. So it's a first.
Yeah, okay.
Right, anyway, I'll have an email with you sometime, Mike. But yeah, we'll probably be back in December, maybe back other times as well. Before we go to Gloria, we have a couple of drunks joined us late. Yes, are you thinking of doing it? We could fit you in if you want.
Yep, they'll do one. Yep.
Is that a yes? You do one.
We'll do one.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi. Right, did you tell that lad how many toilet rolls he needed?
Oh yes, the silly questions have continued all day.
And the silly questions have lasted all day.
That's the one.
Right, for those who wonder what the hell we've gone about, Chaz and Jan have got their scouts on the Duke of Edinburgh thing, and one of the silly questions that a lad asked was, how many toilet rolls will I need to take? Anyway, we might get some more silly questions later, but for now, it's Gloria.
Right, okay, this is a folk song, and I've chosen this one because it was the song of the month out of my almanac, so that's why it's coming to being, as far as I'm concerned. The hunt is up, and it is nearly day, and Harry our king is away to bring his royal deer to bay. The east is bright with morning light, and darkness it is fed. A morning horn wakes up the morn to leave his idle bed. The horses snort to be at the sport, the dogs are running free. The woods rejoice at the merry noise of hey tarantary. Awake all men, I say again, be merry as you may. And Harry our king is away to bring his royal deer to bay. Behold the skies with golden eyes and glowing all around. The grass is green and so are the trees, all laughing with the sound. Behold the skies with golden eyes and glowing all around. The grass is green and so are the trees, all laughing with the sound, all laughing with the sound. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Gloria. And where are we now? Ian.
Okay, thanks very much, John. Yeah, I have to go after this one, but it's been a brilliant evening. Thank you very much, everyone, and wish you all the best for the future. Anyway, this one was a number one for Paul McCartney and Wings at Christmas 1977, and it's Mull of Kintyre. Mull of Kintyre, oh mist rolling in from the sea, my desire is always to be here, oh Mull of Kintyre. Far have I travelled and much have I seen, dark distant mountains and valleys of green, vast painted deserts, the sun sets on fire as they carry me back to the Mull of Kintyre. Mull of Kintyre, oh mist rolling in from the sea, my desire is always to be here, oh Mull of Kintyre. Sweet through the heather, right here in the glen, carry me back to the days I knew then, nights when we sang like a heavenly choir of the nights and the times of the Mull of Kintyre. Mull of Kintyre, oh mist rolling in from the sea, my desire is always to be here, oh Mull of Kintyre. Mull of Kintyre, oh mist rolling in from the sea, my desire is always to be here, oh Mull of Kintyre. Thank you very much, and I'll say good night, everyone.
Oh, a key change. We're always well impressed here with a key change.
Yeah.
Don't forget to include amongst your don't forget to include among your credits the 42nd Scots Highlanders who played the pipe band in the background of that song as well, didn't they?
Yes. Cheers, everyone. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Ian.
Thank you.
Right, Maureen.
I'm staying with the marvellous Caledonia. Step we gaily on we'll go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm and row, off for Mary's wedding. Over hillways, up and down, myrtle green and bracken brown, past the shieldings, through the town, all for sake of Mary. Step we gaily on we'll go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm and row, all for Mary's wedding. Red her cheeks are ruined, are bright her eyes as any star, fairest of them all by far is our darling Mary. That start note's important. Step we gaily on we'll go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm and row, all for Mary's wedding. Plenty herring, plenty meal, plenty peat to fill her creel, plenty bonny bairns' wheel, that's the toast for Mary. Step we gaily and we'll go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm and row, all for Mary's wedding. Step we gaily and we'll go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm and row, all for Mary's wedding.
I hope we didn't sort of spoil that, because we were joining in here till Paul got great pleasure from muting us.
What I'll do, I'll drop out. Forget me.
I love it when people sing together, especially with
Time's
me.
getting on.
Thanks, John. Thanks, everybody, for joining in.
Pete says he's...
Yeah, okay, Peter. So if Peter's dropping out, it's Jeff. Where has everybody gone?
Gosh, we're falling fast. Okay. I wrote this in probably around about 2004 in the little town of Brampton at the Folk Festival, and I hadn't got a tune for it for a long time, and it sort of came together later on. And I didn't sing it for a very long time because I didn't honestly think it was very good, and then several people heard it and said, you should, well, it's not for you to decide whether people would like it or not. You should sing it and see what they think. So you'll have to see what you think, won't you? It's called Tonight I Saw. Well, tonight I saw your face, and tonight I saw your smile. What I'm feeling, reaching out, oh, but maybe in a while I'll remember who I am. Younger then, our love was but midsummer nights and true. Nothing stood between us, and there was time for me and you. I recall now how I loved you. For tonight I saw your face, and tonight I saw your smile. Warmth I'm feeling, reaching out, oh, but maybe in a while I'll remember who I am. Years they passed, our lives they turned, we moved in separate ways. Oh, but the memories, how they lingered as forgotten hazy days. And I recall now that love turned blue. For tonight I saw your face, and tonight I saw your smile. What I'm feeling, reaching out, oh, but maybe in a while, well, I'll remember who I am. And the moving finger writes, and having written stands to show. Lives they pass as grains of sand in time, which has to go. There's no time now, well, for loving you. And tonight I saw your face, and tonight I saw your smile. What I'm feeling, reaching out, oh, but maybe in a while, well, I'll remember who I am. And those faded years, now frozen time, faced before me tells of the memories and the hopes and dreams, and love's journeys run farewell. For we had loved and lost as well. For tonight I saw your face, and tonight I saw your smile. What I'm feeling, reaching out, oh, but maybe in a while. Yes, maybe in a while. Yes, maybe in a while. Well, I'll remember who I am.
That's lovely. Oh. That was very nice. Lovely.
I've been listening.
And there's our dose of Derno.
I've been listening to Jeff for what, 30 years. Never ever get tired of listening to Jeff. Lovely. Enjoyed that one. And the woman at the back equally enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Right. How about the woman the other side of the Atlantic?
Thanks so much for including me. I didn't even know if it'd be doing the first song I did. I thought, how long do they go? I was just going to listen to a couple of songs. So thanks for including me. You guys, I love this virtual open mic. So a lot less Welsh spoken than I recall. So I'd like to play, this is The Summer Knows. It's kind of another finishing song.
smiles, the summer knows, and unashamed she sheds her clothes. The summer smooths the restless sky, and lovingly she warms the sand on which you lie. The summer knows, the summer's wise. She sees the doubts within your eyes, and so she takes her summer time, tells the moon to wait and the sun to linger, twist the world round her summer finger, lets you see the wonder of it all. And if you've learned your lesson well, there is little more for her to tell. One last caress, it's time to dress for fall. The summer knows, the summer's wise. She sees the doubts within your eyes, and so she takes her summer time, tells the moon to wait and the sun to linger, twist the world round her summer finger, lets you see the wonder of it all. And if you've learned your lesson well, there's little more for her to tell. One last caress, it's time to dress for fall.
Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful. Again. Oh, God, it's... oh. Get that gin down your neck, girl. Come on.
I'm just doing the, oh no, follow that.
And now for something completely different. Okay, so sailing songs have taken an added poignancy since our son joined the Navy. So here's one of our favourites. If I had been born 200 years ago, I would have been a sailor, and sailing I would go. I'd sail around the capes, across the 7 seas, and then back home. If I had been born 200 years ago, and I would know the waters, and the waters would know me. I'd cut across the waves and be as happy as can be. I'd be landless, I'd be loveless, I'd be flight and fancy free. I would know the waters and the waters would know me. If I had been born 200 years ago, I would have been a sailor, and sailing I would go. I'd sail around the capes, across the 7 seas, and then back home. If I had been born 200 years ago. And when I think about the place and time where I was born, I wonder if the hands of fate had slipped and placed me wrong, 'cause there are ships I could have sailed and sailor's boots I could have worn. When I think about the place and time where I was born. If I had been born 200 years ago, I would have been a sailor, and sailing I would go. I'd sail around the capes, across the 7 seas, and then back home. If I had been born 200 years ago. But the ocean is still out there, magnificent and wide. She's got open arms to hold me, and endless space to hide. And the only things that hold me back are the things I hold inside. The ocean is still out there, magnificent and wide. If I had been born 200 years ago, I would have been a sailor, and sailing I would go. I'd sail around the capes, across the 7 seas, and then back home. If I had been born 200 years ago. Oh, 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 sailing I would go.
There we are, you stayed sober long enough to get through to the end.
Huzzah!
So when are you two off to Southeast Asia?
Oh, not till October.
Yeah, we could have a get together sometime and...
Yes, please.
Yes. Yep.
We could bore the arse off you for hours, because when we get back, we put all the photos onto a DVD with some music, and we could just, yeah.
You think the speed of that? You think the speed of that response of taking that up was the fact that you've got better gin than they have?
Oh, we've got a good gin collection. Don't worry.
Cheers, Paul.
Oh, we're on the wagon here. Yeah, we are dry. So, well, not permanently, but just for the minute. Right. Okay, it's the last one. I mean, Alan usually does this, but seeing he's halfway to France, it's not possible. And I'd just like to say that it's been great fun. I mean, we'll definitely have a Zoom at Christmas, so it won't be the end, boys and girls. But yeah, it's from what started off as a disaster with COVID, it's actually blossomed into something quite good, and got lots and lots of people here I'm proud to call friends, and I've been
and a few enemies.
Yeah, well, you win some, you lose some.
Hang on. What happened to all the insults? Are you getting all sentimental all of a sudden?
Yeah. And it's been a privilege to have some of you come and stay with us up here in Cheshire. So, and we hope to see you again. Anyway, this is
John, just before you start singing, can I just say from myself, and I'm sure from everybody else on Zoom, that we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for putting this on for the last 18 months, now on 2 years, yourself and Alan. It's not easy. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and basically you're a miserable, curmudgeonly old bugger, but we love you just the same.
Well said, Izzy.
Right, okay, miserable song to finish with.
And from the hearts of our bottoms.
Of all the money that ever I had, I spend it in good company, and of all the harm that ever I've done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. and of all the friends ever I had, wish me one more day to stay. And of all the sweethearts ever I had, I've screwed it up, wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll softly rise and gently call, good night and joy be with you all. And if I had money enough to spend and leisure time to sit a while, there is a fair maid in this town who sorely has my heart beguiled. Her rosy cheeks and ruby lips, I own she has my heart enthralled. So fill to me a parting glass, good night and joy be with you all. Since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll softly rise and gently call, good night and joy be with you all. There we go. Right, I'll press the little button and the lady will say recording stopped. And I think Alan says he will probably be able to knock it out on Sunday. So you'll be able to find it on the website or on Facebook or whatever. And you can listen to all this shite to your heart's content. Okay, I will press the button. It's a bit like the funeral when they close the curtains, isn't it?
Oh, John!
I don't think any of us are going to burst into flames.
For throwing